I stumbled into that project very much by accident. I'd finished high school with a plan that a lot of high schoolers have. I'm going to get out of town and never come back. I got into Princeton University, and I thought, hooray! Everybody who's going to school here is going to be better educated. All the ignorance is behind me. This is going to be awesome. And it was so naive. Like, the first person I met said, dude, are you native? Where's your tomahawk? And I remember thinking, oh no, the brambled racial borderland follows me everywhere I go. Those are the dumbest smart people I ever met, you know. I ended up having, by the way, a great experience at college. Made wonderful friends. I've hung on to them throughout my life. My freshman year assigned roommate was a Sri Lankan citizen. We stayed roomies for 4 years and best man at each other's weddings. And all of that was great and wonderful. But it was also weird. Like, this had happened at times when I was a little kid, going from being a native person to being the native person and developing perspective that way. I remember at one point I was getting homesick, and I heard that there was this Comanche spiritual leader coming to run sweat lodge ceremonies out in the New Jersey woods. Princeton's down in New Jersey. And I remember thinking, you know, the Comanche are from Texas and Oklahoma. So why is someone out here in New Jersey running ceremonies? And is this like charlatan or a Fruit Loop, like, you know, have pipe well travel, culture for sale kind of thing? But I also thought, you know, if it's anything like home, it'll be all right. I'm going to check it out. So I went out there, and there were a couple surprises waiting for me. It was about 4 p.m, beautiful sunny day. Surprise number one, there were about 20 people waiting for the ceremony, and they were all white. Surprise number two, they were all naked. I had mixed feelings, like part of me wanted to laugh. You know, like it's 20 naked people standing around in the woods, like, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Like, what do you do? Part of me wanted to run because, you know, dang, that's 20 naked people standing around in the woods. I'm out. Part of me was getting mad, like, are you serious? Like, get naked, dance around a fire? Is that what you think our culture is all about? Come on. Being naive, though, I shut off the car, got out, and I was immediately folded into a tight embrace by a naked stranger who starts hugging me, saying, I'm so sorry what my people did to your people. So now, like, awkward. The desire to laugh, run, get mad, it's just growing. I looked at this woman's face. She was the elder. There were tears welling up in her eyes. It occurred to me that no matter how misguided she was, yes, she was misguided, that her emotional response was sincere. And this thing that happens to people from a minoritized group that doesn't happen to everyone else as much happens, where you have to be like spokesperson for a whole group of people. I remember thinking, like, I got a house full of natives. I have no idea what they're thinking most of the time, much less anyone else. I can only speak for me. I also realized that if I just walked away, she'd keep thinking whatever she's thinking, and there were some problems with that. If I just got mad and told her off, the only native she met would be an angry one. So I had to think fast, and I was like, ma'am, could you put some clothes on? Because I would love to talk to you about all of this. And she did. And we had a good talk. And I think she learned a few things, but in a weird way, I did too. And one of the things that I learned was that it's valuable to try to make safe space, to try to give people a meaningful answer, not just an angry rebuke, to assume everyone's just doing the best that they can until you're truly proven otherwise. And it has enriched my life immeasurably. After that, I started saving the questions. Is it Indian, Native American, Aboriginal, Indigenous, First Nation person, or what? What is tribal sovereignty? How does that work? What's going on with indigenous languages? What do you think about that Dakota Access Pipeline? What do you think about the Redskins being the commanders? And so I was saving the questions, and then I realized I know what it's like living in this body, in the place where I grew up. But my mom, who had like a law degree and became a judge, I still would have been hard-pressed to give you a decent explanation of tribal sovereignty by the time I was done with high school. Our educational system has left all of us wanting. And so as I saved the questions, I had to hunt for answers. And I am still hunting. As I was saving them up and hunting for answers, I was finding all kinds of them in all kinds of places. Eventually, it turned into talks and turned into a book, and then different iterations of the book as time went on. As we open it up for your questions, you can ask anything you want, and I will shoot straight. So if I don't know, I'll be like, I don't know. If it's something that's a subject of debate, some Native people think like this, some think like that, well, I'll share that with you. Just bear in mind, I'm one person. I'm shaped by all the things about me, who I am, where I come from, my age, gender, sexual orientation, all those sorts of things. So you will get a Native perspective, just like I couldn't ask, what do white people think about abortion, good or bad, and get a simple, easy answer. Or what do they think about the election tomorrow, and expect that all white people are going to have the same idea. Well, it's like that for Natives too. How do they vote? Just like white people. Right? It's complex, it's layered. Bear that in mind, but you can ask anything you want, whether it's about one of the books, life, or solving the complex and beautiful world that we live in. Who wants to get me started? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.